All right, guys, so the Chicago Bears kick off Week 5 with a massive win. Let's look ahead to Sunday. Davis, which is the most intriguing matchup for you?
Oh, I think we all know that one. No, Dallas and Niners.
Yeah, okay.
Big game, battle in the NFC. This is a huge game. In particular, look, we look at Mike McCarthy taking over an offensive coordinator. He's been pretty good. But last 2 years when these two teams have played, on third down, money down for Dak Prescott, 3rd and 5 or longer. He was 3 for 22, so not able in the passing game to extend drives. That's a big issue because the Niners are scoring right now 34% of the time on drives this year. The Niners are putting the ball in the end zone. So Zach, 3 for 22, or Dak, 3 for 22 on those third down conversions. Not good enough. He's got to prove that he can get it done in those spots against his Niner defense. Offensively for the Niners, they're doing everything. They're so efficient. The biggest change for me, and I've said it time and time again, obviously, we know about Brock Purdy and his efficiency up there with the best quarterbacks in the league when he thought he was going to be, an issue for this team. He's been excellent. But Brandon Ayuk, we know about Shanahan and play calling. We know about the run game. We know about Debo and McCaffrey. But the fact that Brandon Ayuk is now an upper echelon, true number 1 receiver, really tough to stop this offense.
Big time. I mean, and I'll be honest with you, that's going to be both sides of the ball, like you said. That is the game of the week.
Yeah.
It was tough because we couldn't all pick that game. So, Luke, what did you pick?
Okay, so for me, again, now that this game has been taken away, I'm actually going to go Bills versus Jaguars, but for more off-the-field issues.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is you look at the Bills last week, and it was the best I think I've ever seen them play. And they were firing all cylinders. They held, Miami in check, especially in that second half, and the offense looked incredible. Now they're going to London to a team that has been there for 2 weeks. I can't even believe they allowed this to happen, they being the NFL. That's a huge advantage to Jacksonville for me. On top of that, you come off an emotionally high win, beating Miami last week. Everyone was waiting to see how you'd play. Jacksonville is a good team. We all know that on paper, the Bills should win. But to me, if this is a team that has the talent, we've seen that, now you got to handle the emotional side of things, the maturity of being a team that's potentially going to be in the Super Bowl hunt. This is a prime example. You got a long road trip, disadvantage because this team's already there. You're playing a good team that's used to playing in London. All of these things can stack up against you. Can the Bills go over to London, handle business, and win and play like they should play? To me, that's going to be very, very interesting from a Bills kind of locker room culture standpoint.
One of the arguments was that the Bills get to stay in their own bed for another week, where Jacksonville's been on the road for 10 days away from their family. I don't know. I think I agree with you, but I can't see the other side of it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm more interested in that matchup now after hearing you. I'm going with the Gents and Broncos. I'm going to be honest. It's because I'm petty and I really like train wrecks, which is probably what this game is going to be. But maybe, just maybe, Zach Wilson carries over what he did against the Chiefs last week and is actually good because, let's be honest, when we look back to Week 4, other than Dolphins-Bills, what was the most entertaining game of that week?
Yeah,
it was Chiefs-Jets. And it's not because the Chiefs were good. It's because Zach Wilson actually seemed to figure something out. He was moving his feet. He was getting the ball out quicker. They changed the offense to make it a lot more Zach Wilson friendly. And lost in all the Taylor Swift spotlight and the Aaron Rodgers torn Achilles that derailed the season, let's also not forget that this has been circled on the calendar for a while as the Nathaniel Hackett revenge game.
Yes.
Because Sean Payton came out earlier in the season and said to the media that he blames the entire season that the Denver Broncos had last year on Nathaniel Hackett. So either way, this game is going to either have some juice or it's going to be a complete dumpster fire. Either way, I'm watching the game.
I forgot about that comment.
I convinced you there, didn't I? All right. In other NFL news, this one was a bit of a head scratcher. Tyreek Hill being fined $7,000 for not wearing socks in Week 3's win over the Broncos. Now, according to Hill, he was getting an IV and didn't want to be late for the play. Fair enough. Therefore, didn't have time to put his socks on. He would go on to score the first touchdown of the Dolphins' 70-point game on that play. It's expected Hill will appeal the fine. I'm just putting it out there. Those are some pretty stinky cleats if he's not wearing socks. Just saying. NFL Red Zone is your best way to watch all the action, especially if you're a fantasy football manager. See every touchdown from every game on Sunday, available exclusively on TSN Plus.